Hey folks, welcome to Shooting Up North. I'm your host, Lewis Carlin. We're heard right here on the Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. Thank you so much for joining me again today. If you're watching for the first time, please consider hitting that subscribe button. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm on Twitter at Shooting Up North, Instagram, Alliance at Alliance PW Network, or you could follow, or you could join our Facebook group, I should say, Alliance Pro Wrestling Network. So feel free to do any of those. And again, if you're watching for the first time, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Okay, this Saturday, February 26th, MLW presents SuperFight. It's going to be an amazing night of professional wrestling action. Takes place in Charlotte at the Grady Cole Center in Charlotte, North Carolina. Again, February 26th, 2022. I wish it was on pay-per-view, but it's not. It's going to be a TV taping. I don't think it's going to be on Vice. I know the last SuperFight was on Vice a few days after they had taped it. A few days after the event took place, was on Vice TV. I don't think it's going to be on Vice this time. I think it's just going to be TV taping for their MLW MLW channel on YouTube. But they got a solid shows lined up. 10 matches have been announced. I'm sure at least one more is going to be announced, maybe 2 or 3 more. But 10 matches have been announced so far. So let's run down the matches, a little preview, and I'll give you my predictions for the matches. So let's start off with the main event. The main event is going to be just amazing. It's going to be an incredible match. Alexander Hammerstone going one-on-one with the number one contender. I say Alexander Hammerstone, the MLW World Heavyweight Champion, taking on the number one contender, the winner of the Opera Cup, Davey Richards. This is going to be just a fantastic match. This match could main event anywhere in the world. This is going to be absolutely tremendous. Hammerstone, great talent. Davey Richards, a fantastic talent. And this is going to be one hell of a main event. It's going to be a great match, as I said. It's going to be some great back and forth action. I could just basically, I think it's a safe bet to predict that Richard Holiday is somehow going to get involved in this match. Holiday turning on Hammerstone 2 weeks ago. Turning his back on Hammerstone. He's now aligned with Alicia Atut. And I could only imagine that he's going to get involved in this match somehow, but it's going to be a fantastic match. I can't wait for this one. I can't wait to see this one. This is, again, I said when Davey Richards first came in, I said Davey Richards is going to be a future MLW World Heavyweight Champion, and I thought we would see Richards against Jacob Fatu, but of course Hammerstone defeated Fatu for the MLW World Heavyweight Championship. So now we're getting Hammerstone against Richards. Richards, of course, winning the Opera Cup to make him the number one contender. The Opera Cup still missing, still trying to find out who stole the Opera Cup. I'm sure he'll figure it out. But when all is said and done here, they had the contract signing actually on the last episode of MLW Fusion. Hammerstone putting out his hand for the handshake. Davey Richards accepted. Davey Richards wants to walk away, but Hammerstone pulled him back, wouldn't let go of the handshake, and they kind of jawed at each other for a bit and had a little bit of a stare down. So that was pretty. I wonder if there's going to be any more interaction between the two on the next episode of MLW Fusion. But is there going to be another? I think we're getting an episode of Fusion this week. I'm trying. Did I read somewhere that there's? But anyway, regardless. But still, if the maybe we'll get one more segment of them interacting with each other. But this is going to be a great match. I was just trying to think who's going to win. There's a lot of scenarios here. Either I know Richard Holiday saying that he wants to be the one on the last episode of Fusion, saying that he wants to be the one to take the title from Hammerstone. The scenario is Holiday could come in, interfere in the match on Hammerstone's behalf, taking out Davey Richards when Hammerstone is down or something, and Hammerstone gets the win. Thus Hammerstone retains the title, and then Holiday is the next big opponent for Hammerstone, because Holiday wants to take the title. It doesn't want Richards to take the title, or Holiday could interfere and cost Hammerstone the match. That's a scenario there. Or he could come and interfere, and they both take out Holiday, and he's not really a factor on who wins. When all is said and done, this is hard to pick a winner here because it could go either way. It's hard to pick a winner here. Yeah, I'm gonna go because I said when David Richards first came in to MLW that he's gonna be a future MLW World Heavyweight Champion. So I'm gonna go with Davey Richards. I'm going with Davey Richards to defeat Hammerstone to become the new MLW heavyweight champion. So I'm going with Davey Richards, and then Hammerstone and Holiday will feud. The title won't be, there will be no title involved, but they'll just feud. But I'm going with Davey Richards. I have a feeling David Richards is going to take the title from Hammerstone. So that's where it's going to be, again, just a fantastic match between both Richards and Hammerstone, both fantastic talents. But I'm going with David Richards to defeat Hammerstone to become the new MLW World Heavyweight Champion. Then we have Alex Kane versus ACH versus Calvin Tankman versus Matt Cross. Alex Kane, of course, the MLW National Openweight Champion. Alex Kane, another tremendous talent, feuding with Calvin Tankman. I was kind of hoping this would have been a one-on-one match between Kane and Calvin Tankman. I think I mean, ACH and Matt Cross involved in the match is good. They're both great talents, but kind of want to see Kane and Calvin Tankman one-on-one for the MLW National Openweight Championship. I thought it would have been better to have one-on-one match, but nonetheless, I'm not Court Bauer. I'm not booking the show, so it's a fatal four-way match. I have a feeling we're going to see a title change here as well. I have a feeling Calvin Tankman is going to win, but he's not going to pin Alex Kane. I have a feeling Calvin Tankman is going to be the new MLW National Openweight Champion, but he's going to pin Matt Cross to win the title. And then Alex Kane is going to complain that he didn't lose, and he's going to want a rematch, and he'll get a rematch. And Alex Kane will probably eventually regain it down the road. But I'm picking Calvin Tankman here to win the MLW National Openweight Championship. I also feel in my gut that Alex Kane might just retain, but I got to make a prediction, right? So let's hold on. Let's think about this for a second, because now I'm thinking, Alex, you know what? I'm going to change. I'm going with Alex Kane, because it makes more sense, because he's hot right now. It's good to have him with the MLW National Openweight Championship. I think Alex Kane's going to retain. I'm changing my prediction. Alex Kane retains. He's the one that pins Matt Cross, and then it leads to Kane versus Calvin Tankman down the road. So I'm going with Alex Kane. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry, Calvin Tankman, but I'm switching. I pick Alex Kane to retain. But this is going to be great. ACH just coming off that fantastic match on West Coast Pro against Speedball Mike Bailey, which is just a fantastic. ACH is so damn talented. So this is going to be a great one. Matt Cross also can't take anything away from Matt Cross. Another great talent. So this is going to be a tremendous. Going to be a lot of power moves and a lot of high risk moves as well from ACH. Power moves from Kane and Tankman, ACH and Matt Cross hitting some high risk high spot moves as well. So this is going to be a great one as well. But I'm going to with Alex Kane to retain. Then we have the Stairway to Hell match: Jacob Fatu versus Mads Kruger. Maybe I should predict it. Anyway, his promos are awful. You can't understand what he's saying. But Stairway to Hell match, if you're not familiar with it, you probably are, but just in case you're not, Stairway to Hell match is an old ECW match, where they said like a ladder match, but instead of hanging at the title from the ceiling, there's a weapon. It could be barbed wire, it could be a baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire, it could be a kendo stick. So whoever climbs up the ladder and gets that weapon is able to use it. So that's basically a Stairway to Hell match. But Jacob Fatu versus Mads Kruger, this is going to be an absolutely all-out freaking war. This is going to be they're going to be probably all over the arena battling each other. This is going to be a fight. This is going to be a super fight. So they're the name super. They're gonna have their own little super fight. So it's gonna be Jacob Fatu, Mads Kruger in the super fight. Little play on words there. MLW super fight. Yeah, you get it. But this is gonna be crazy. This is gonna be a crazy match. Jacob Fatu is winning this match. No way he's losing. So I got Jacob Fatu, but it's gonna be a wild match. I'm sure they're gonna be all over the arena, all over the Grady Cole Center. But this is gonna be nuts. Looking forward to that one. That's going to be crazy. Jacob Fatu, just such an amazing talent, but he's not losing to Mads Kruger. It's going to be a wild one. Then we have Enzo versus Casey Navarro. Enzo, of course, attacking Casey Navarro a few weeks ago on Fusion. Excuse me, on Fusion, and which led to this match. Should be a very good match. You know, Enzo is jacked to me. Enzo got himself built up. He's super jacked right now, and I'm going with Enzo to defeat Casey Navarro. Should be an excellent match. Casey Navarro is going to get some good offense in this one, but I think they're trying to build Enzo up for something. So I got Enzo to defeat Casey Navarro in this one. Then we have the debut of Rock and Roll Express legend Ricky Morton teaming with his son Kerry Morton as they take on the Von Erichs, Marshall Von Erich and Ross Von Erich. So Ricky Morton, Kerry Morton making their MLW debuts. Honestly, I know Ricky Morton. I don't know much about Kerry Morton. I haven't really seen him wrestle, but if his dad is Ricky Morton, he's got to have some talent. Some of the talent, it's got to be hereditary, right? So this should be an interesting one as well. The Von Erichs aren't losing. No way the Von Erichs are going to lose to Ricky Morton and Kerry Morton. I'd be very, very surprised. But the Von Erichs, they're next in line, in my opinion, to take on 5150 for the Tag Team Championship, MLW World Tag Team Championship. So I don't think the Von Erichs going to lose this confrontation, lose this match against Ricky Morton and Kerry Morton. Should be an interesting match. I can't say it's going to be a great match because I don't know much about Kerry Morton, and Ricky Morton is he's up there in age. He's still got it. He still can go. So I can't say that this is going to be a great match, but I'm interested in seeing what Ricky and Kerry Morton bring to the table on this one. But the Von Erichs, they're going to be victorious in this one. They're not losing to the Morton. The Von Erichs are going to beat the Mortons in this one. Maybe Kevin Von Erich gets involved and him and Ricky Morton go at it, but not sure if that would happen. But Marshall and Ross Von Erich are victorious in this one. Then we have the return of Killer Cross, and his opponent is to be announced. So it doesn't indicate here who his opponent is going to be. So I have two picks on who his opponent's going to be. I think it's either going to be TJP or Ikuro Kwan. So those are my two picks on who his opponent's going to be. I just hope it's not Bud Heavy, because if it's Bud Heavy, it's going to be a quick Killer Cross comes to the ring, wins the match in 30 seconds and leaves. I can see TJP coming out saying that he hasn't been booked for the show, that he's upset, that there's nobody in the back that he can't beat, and then Killer Cross music hits and he comes out and he has a match with TJP. It'll be a great match against TJP. Of course, Killer Cross will go over, but that I could see that, or I could see Aquan doing that as well. But I think it would make more sense for TJP, unless TJP is booked later this week in a match. But right now he's not booked for any matches. So I guess I'm going to say the TJP or Ikuro Kwan will be the opponent. I was hoping it was going to be EJ Nduka, but we'll find out in a bit. Nduka has already been booked for a match. He was booked for a match today. They made an announcement today. So Killer Cross, I'm picking it's either going to be TJP or Ikuro Kwan as his opponent. He's definitely going to get the victory. Killer Cross. Again, I just hope it's not Bud Heavy. Just that's nothing against Bud Heavy, but hoping it's somebody that's going to give Cross a bit of a match. So then we have Gangrel. Gangrel come into MLW to take on Gnarls Garvin. Now I love Gnarls Garvin. Reminds me of Terry Gordy, reminds me of Stan Hansen. I think he's a great brawler, a great talent. Big fan of Gnarls Garvin. I think it was very smart for Court Bauer to bring in Gnarls Garvin. We saw him on the last episode of Fusion, teaming with Bud Heavy, taking on the robotic Saito brothers. But taking on Gangrel in this one, I really hope Garvin goes over here. I not the biggest Gangrel fan. I'm not sure why they're bringing Gangrel back in. I think he's been in MLW before. I'm not sure why. I don't understand that, but I hope that Gnarls Garvin goes over. But I have a feeling Gangrel is going to be victorious here. Killer Cross against Gnarls Garvin actually would be a great match. If Gnarls Garvin, I think Gnarls Garvin would have been perfect to answer Killer Cross's challenge. It means Garvin, the tough guy, he'd come in and it'd be like a match would be less than 5 minutes, but it would be back and forth brawling action. But nonetheless, Gangrel, Gnarls Garvin, Gangrel's probably going to spit blood in his face or something, and Costa is going to win the match. But I got my fingers crossed for Gnarls Garvin, but I have strange feeling that Gangrel is going over this. Then we have actually that the MLW tag team titles are on the line. Match was announced today. So 5150, Rivera and Slice Boogie. Great tag team, big fan of theirs. I was a little skeptical when they became the new LAX in MLW, and thus they changed the name to 5150. A little skeptical, I know they had huge shoes to fill, but they've really come into their own, and they're a great tag team. They're a terrific, terrific tag team. Rivera, Slice Boogie, fantastic tag. They could adjust to any match and have a great match against basically anybody. So it's going to be 5150, Rivera and Slice Boogie defending the MLW Tag Team Championship against EJ Nduka and a mystery partner of Nduka. So Nduka says he doesn't need a partner. He said he could do it on his own. So I don't know if he's going to do it on his own. If he does that mean the titles are not on the line? I can see something like that happening. I can see Nduka saying that I don't need a partner. I'm going to do this. I'm going to take them on by myself, which hopefully would make it a non-title match, because then I could see Nduka going over, getting a victory over two guys, because I know they want to build Nduka up to be this monster babyface, because he's extremely talented, very, very confused and quite shocked that the WWE released EJ Nduka, but Court Bauer saw the talent and signed him immediately. So if Nduka's going to go on his own and they make it a non-title match, because right now it's billed as an MLW World Tag Team title match, but if he goes on his own and they make it a non-title match, I could see Nduka going over in that one and taking out both Rivera and Slice Boogie. But if he does choose a partner, I have a feeling it could be one of these four. I have four names I wrote down. The first name, probably Savio Vega. Now it's going to have to be somebody, because if he does pick somebody, it's going to be somebody that's going to have to take the loss for the team, because EJ and Duke is not going to take the loss for the team. And 5150, they're not going to lose the MLW tag team titles, in my opinion. So it could be Savio Vega. I'm thinking it could be Zenshi as well, or the free agent open door policy. What if EJ and Duca brings in an original LAX member in Hernandez? What if it's EJ Nduka and Hernandez versus 5150? That would be an interesting match. And then Homicide could come down, get into Hernandez's face, take out Hernandez, and thus enabling 5150 to get a victory over Hernandez, winning the match for their team, retaining the titles. Or it could be or Aramis. Aramis is not booked for the show. He could be on the show as well. He could be a possible partner for Nduka. So it could go either way. Either if Nduka decides he wants to do it on his own, and he actually tweeted out that he doesn't need a partner. If he's going to do it on his own, I think there's a chance that the titles aren't going to be on the line, and Nduka will go over, taking both Slice Boogie and Rivera out to win the match. Or he could pick, I think the favorite, it will be Savio Vega. That's what it's Savio Vega, and with possibly Hernandez or Zenshi. But I think the favorite that we'll see, I mean, if you were a betting person, I'd bet on Savio Vega. That's just my feeling. But if it's EJ Nduka, Savio Vega versus Rivera and Slice Boogie, 5150 retains, with Savio Vega taking the loss for his team there. Okay, then we have two more matches to run down. So Ares, Gino Medina, and Mini Abismo Negro versus Octagon Jr., Puma King, and a mystery partner, another mystery partner. So it seems like lately there's a lot of mystery partners or mystery opponents for in MLW. Which is it could be exciting, but it could be a little bit of overkill as well. We have three mystery partners, actually two mystery partners and one mystery opponent on this show, with Killer Cross. The match I just mentioned, the tag team title match, and now this one. I don't know who the partner is going to be. It could be Ray Horace. It could be Bandito. I'm not sure who it might be. It could very well be Aramis as well. It could possibly, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure why they wouldn't announce Aramis, unless they're trying to get like a Ray Horace or a Bandito to come in and be that partner. But well, we'll see. We'll see who is. I'm not sure. If I was it could very well be Aramis. No, I'm not sure. I thought about it, and if I had to pick one, maybe Ray Horace, maybe Bandito, maybe I'm not sure on that one. And it's hard to pick a winner here. I know Puma King is coming back, making his return. So I think they're going to want to give Puma King the victory there. So I'm going to go with Octagon Jr., Puma King, and whoever their mystery partner is, whether it's Bandito, whether it's Ray Horace, whether it's Aramis. But it's going to be a Lucha Libre talent. So we'll see. We'll see. It could be Flamita. So we'll see who the mystery partner is for Puma King and Octagon Jr. But I think Octagon Jr., Puma King, and their mystery partner will win this trios match. And then we have Alex Shelley one-on-one, the Richard Holiday. Richard Holiday, of course, will be accompanied by Alicia Atout. I think we all know who's going to win this match. You know, we all know is going to win. We all know Richard Holiday. There's no way he's going to lose this match to Alex Shelley. So Richard Holiday, without a doubt, should be a good match. Richard Holiday, great. I want to see Richard Holiday cut a promo with Alicia Atout before the match or even after the match, and really run down the fans at the Grady Cole Arena or the Grady Cole Center, and I think they could get massive heats with Alicia Atout. So we'll see. I think we're gonna get a good match, but there's no way Richard Holiday is going to lose to Alex Shelley, especially they're pushing him as it would be absolutely ridiculous for him to lose to Alex Shelley. Now that when Hammerstone, after the Hammerstone match against against Davey Richards, the next feud for Hammerstone is going to be Richard Holiday, 100%. So there's no way Richard Holiday loses this match to Alex Shelley. Now, I'm sure there's going to be one more match announced. I'm sure Myron Reed will be defending. Now, here's a spoiler, so I apologize. But Myron Reed, of course, is the new MLW middleweight champion. He won the title a few weeks ago, defeating Tajiri, and I think it was Bandito was the mystery third guy in the trio in the three-way dance for the MLW middleweight title. But Myron Reed is the new middleweight champion. If you go on their website, they still have Tajiri listed as the MLW middleweight champion because it hasn't aired yet, but it's airing. Actually, this earlier when I started the podcast, I was confused. Is there another fusion? There is another fusion this week, actually. Now that I think about it, so Myron Reed getting a shot at the MLW title. So when he wins the match on YouTube on Wednesday, on Thursday, and regains the MLW middleweight title, I'm sure after that, then they'll announce a match for Myron Reed. Could be against Aramis, could be against Zenshi, could be against Aramis and Zenshi. They could be bringing in somebody from the outside. I was thinking maybe Leo Rush, but I don't think he's debuting just yet. I think he's debuting in May. In March. For MLW. So I'm sure Myron Reed will be defending the MLW middleweight championship against somebody at SuperFight. So there you have it. That's the card as of right now. Again, I don't think they're going to be adding too many more matches. I think they'll definitely add one more match for Myron Reed. But after that, I don't know if they're going to add any more matches. Also, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I just want to point out Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, pro wrestling legend Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, is the matchmaker for this show. And I could only guess that he's going to get into it with Cesar Duran, who's currently the matchmaker for Azteca Underground for MLW as well. So I can only imagine that he's going to get they're going to go at it for a bit, and I'm sure Ricky Steamboat will chop him once and knock him down. I'm sure they'll go at it for a bit. They'll go at it verbally, and I'm sure they'll have some sort of physical confrontation where Ricky Steamboat takes out Cesar Duran. But Ricky Steamboat is the matchmaker for SuperFight. And that's it. So that's it. February 26th, this Saturday, MLW SuperFight. Again, Charlotte, North Carolina at the Grady Cole Center. Again, should be an absolutely fantastic show. Now, I don't know if there's going to be more matches that's also involved for maybe another set of TV tapings. But that's the SuperFight card as it's listed here on the web. Like I said, I'm sure at least one more match will be announced. The Myron Reed match. I'm sure Myron Reed is going to be defending the MLW middleweight title against somebody, and who knows, maybe a few more matches will take place. And for for some TV tapings as well. And that's it. All right. So I'm surprised there were no women on the show either. I know they were trying to push their women's division. I'm surprised that there's not at least one women's match on this show, unless it's going to get added this week. We still have a couple of days. Maybe they'll add a match later in the week. And of course, if they do add a match, I'll be back to discuss it as well. But that's it. So until then, I'm going to be watching the news today. Anything breaks, I'll be back. But until then, thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye. Stay safe, everyone. So long. Bye bye.